Hello everyone, we're back in New Teachings. This will be segment 2, part 5. Humanity's completion of Earth's divine plan depends on you, each one of you. Then use your free will wisely. Express your choice, your destiny, lovingly. While you of Earth are unique in your capacity to love from the heart in a deep, deep way. Many are loving the wrong things, the material objects only. Some of you are not caring at all, but are filling your lives with motives and activities not acceptable to Spirit. I remind you that because you are a prototype for the deepest feelings of love possible for God, who gives you life, this is the test by which you know if you are fulfilling life's purpose. Examine your day. Are you caught up in the stressful push for a life that lacks spiritual expression of love? If so, make necessary changes now. Use me as your example if you like, but do not use me as a crutch or substitute for your own learning and commitment. By the way, this is Jesus or Sananda speaking in this. You're what we call a savior, but that's a crutch. You got to save yourself. It's by your works, not what he did, what you do. In my own humble opinion. If so, make necessary changes now. Use me as your example if you like, but do not use me as a crutch or substitute for your own learning and commitment. Being born again means you are free of the past. But this is meaningless unless you are willing to love God by your own choice. If you will love God above all things through your own free will, then your heart's purity can combine with Spirit to make you into that formerly unattainable peace on earth. This message I bring you. It is the moment of awakening for humanity. You stand on the brink of glorification or possible disaster. The time is critical. We cannot delay. Peace must come to earth. This is why I have spoken. Our parent has rendered an ultimatum that earth life must not be destructive to others. Neither does it serve the universe for the planet to be destroyed by thoughtless, unloving, unconscious citizenry. Therefore, we of heaven will do everything we can within the next year to assist humanity in bringing peace to all that it thinks and touches. Love energy is pouring down upon the planet, upon your own body. Feel it. Use it to change your predicament. This infusion of energy is our gift. I have been joined by forces beyond your understanding to do everything possible to achieve your mission, your advancement, or if you prefer, human salvation. But we must work through you by your permission. Transformation comes from willingness. Therefore, each of you is called to join us in work that must be done. You are reminded to put the usual habits and limitations of life aside and place your devotion, dedication, and energy toward accomplishing a peaceful planet. This is your gift of viciousness and violence. This is your gift against viciousness and violence. You are a core of love, and this is your opportunity for victory. By the power of your mind and the love of your heart, you can win this promotion, this expansion. Join us fervently, steadfastly, and in solidarity. For this is the time of that final separation between the forces of so-called good and evil, of consciousness and unconsciousness, of light and dark. My concern is bringing this type of message to earth is obvious. Fear could come into the minds and hearts of many, and this fear could paralyze your desire and willingness to help at a maximum capacity. Yet, the truth is the truth, and I cannot deceive you about your present danger. I cannot deny the actual circumstances, even if you do. My love for you has brought me the responsibility of world teacher, along with the assistance and cooperation of thousands of others like myself, whose only purpose at this time is to save you from what you have created. Our mission is to turn you around to face the truth of your own situation, so you can correct it and quickly and permanently. Then listen, my brothers and sisters, we stand with you to the end of this accomplishment. Who will join the Love Corps? Who will now become a light worker to achieve peace on earth? That is, who will devote time and energy to this cause of peace rather than to war and violence? There is a pressing need to enlist the children of God, of love and light, to identify themselves and volunteer whatever it takes to bring the peace all loving hearts truly desire. We need a corps, a love corps. Will you volunteer? I asked you before, and I ask you again. Come forward if you haven't already been active. Increase our power through willingness and cooperation. Ask us for our help to guide the way, and we will explain with the voice of Spirit within you that which you must do. In this loving conspiracy of the light workers, to raise the earth, we will unite heaven and earth, to achieve the golden goal set before time began. Let the mighty intention for peace be achieved in this twilight hour, dear ones. Let the plan which heaven knows and serves be fulfilled among you at last. Truly I speak that you can complete this long journey of return, which the prodigal sons and daughters started eons ago. A journey that has brought this planet to the brink of destruction by your own hand, but can yet be salvaged by willingness and dedication. It saddens me that perhaps a vast number of souls will not answer this call, not believe it, or otherwise procrastinate. But I cannot intervene in their personal choices. It also saddens me to see the warmongering governments and military powers lead billions of people to possible destruction because the people do not take action to prevent it. However, we cannot for this brief time do anything but help yourselves. But we will do that to the full extent you ask and cooperate. If our gigantic investment of energy to the task of peace fails to change the actions of humanity, there is a plan of implementation which will ensue. This plan will assure that your violence and weapons do not harm the space beyond your borders. This is all I can say of it at this time. But I assure all who will listen and participate that no matter what is to follow, you will be advised through your daily meditations of what actions you are to take. We will provide you with the safety of our daily communications if you are a God-committed worker who has opened your personality to your soul level through contemplation, meditation, and prayer. The golden Christ energy is at your disposal, and a part of my message regards the necessity for everyone on the planet to meditate every day without fail, just like you do with your prayers, with peace as your only motive in living. You become peaceful on every occasion, and through your example, more of God's creations may be convinced of the emergency and join in our project for love and peace. Then we may bring more souls along with us on our rise into the fourth dimension, or that which you call heaven. Actually, a part of you is in the higher place, a plane or dimension now. But most people do not know or accept this truth. They have no basis for understanding what is happening. The third dimension, where you reside in your physical flesh, is a denser in vibration and uses death as its termination of life experience. But you operate from the fourth, or higher, area through your intuition or soul knowing, if your heart is open, and your mind is dedicated to the living God. In the fourth dimension, no physical death is possible. This truth I showed by my resurrection nearly 2,000 years ago. What this means is that the God nature in you has the capacity to move in many levels of growth and service, whether your personality knows it or not. By awakening your personality to its highest awareness, however, growth is even swifter. because of the Creator's intention to raise your beautiful planet and its life forms into the fourth dimension. Those of negative and evil ways will not be permitted access to the finer mansion. This is why it is so critical that you become the servants of light and lovers of God. In this awakened state of consciousness, or knowing it will be impossible for the unloving to exist. For God is light, and unless you are awakened, there will be too much light and not enough darkness at your level of consciousness. Have you not been blinded sometimes by a light so bright you could not open your eyes to it? On a grander scale, it is of this I speak. Those who love can tolerate and use the light, bit by bit, as they become accustomed to its intensity. Those who lack love cannot. It is a physical actuality of which there is much proof, if your scientists were open to comprehending it. Meanwhile, you may have to accept this truth based on your own inner knowing. That is what plagues this planet, free will. For you are always open, then, to doubt. And that's where we're ending this part.